there, sales rockstars. Welcome to Accelerate, the podcast that's all about helping you zoom past your quotas and leave your competition in the dust. I'm your host, Sunny, and today we are diving into a game changing strategy that could be the difference between closing that big deal or watching it slip through your fingers. We are talking about the art of multi threading. No, not the computer science kind, but the sales kind. It's all about engaging multiple stakeholders in your deals. And trust me, in today's complex B2B landscape, it's more crucial than ever. So, what exactly is multi-threading in sales? It's a practice of building relationship with multiple decision makers and influencers within a target account. Gone are the days when you could rely on a single champion to carry your deal across the finish line. Here is a stat that might make you sit up straighter. According to Gartner, the average B2B deal now involves anywhere from 7 to 11 stakeholders. That's right, 7 to 11 people who could potentially influence whether your deal lives or dies. And if you're only talking to one of them, well, you're basically playing a Russian roulette with your pipeline. Let me paint you a picture. Imagine you are working with a champion for months. They love your product. They're excited about the potential. And they have assured you that deal is in the bag. You're feeling pretty good, right? But then read your silence. Weeks go by, and suddenly you get a dreaded email. We have decided to go in a different direction email. What happened? Well, chances are, while you were focused on your champion, other stakeholders were raising objections, pushing for a competitor, or simply not seeing the value in your solution. And because you weren't engaging with them directly, you had no way to address their concerns or showcase your value proposition in a way that resonated with their specific needs. This, my friend, is why single threaded deals are about as risky as skydiving without a parachute. But don't worry. By the end of this episode, you will have tools you need to start weaving a web of relationships that will make your deals practically unbreakable. Now that we understand why multi-threading is so crucial, let's talk about how to actually do it. The first step, identifying those key stakeholders. Here is where a lot of salespeople go wrong. They assume they know who the decision makers are based on their titles alone. But in today's complex organizations, influence doesn't always align with hierarchy. That's why early stakeholder mapping is so important. At Foster, we have developed a tool called Stakeholder Discovery Map. Think of it like a GPS for navigating the complex web of decision makers in your target account. It helps you visualize not just who the players are, but who they relate to, how they relate to each other, and what their specific concerns might be. But even without a fancy tool, there is always a way to uncover these influences, right? It's a pro tip. Always ask your champion, who else should be involved in these discussions? You would be surprised how often the simple question can reveal stakeholders you had not considered. Another strategy is to pay attention to who's CC'd on the emails or mentioned in passing comments during conversations. These could be the indicators of influential players operating behind the scenes. Remember, your goal isn't just to identify the final decision maker. You want to map out everyone who might here have a say in the process. From the end user who will be working with your product to the finance team who will be scrutinizing the numbers. By casting a wide net early on, you are setting yourself for success in the next crucial phase, engaging these stakeholders effectively. But more on that in a moment. All right. So you identified your key stakeholders. Now comes the tricky part. Engaging them effectively. This is where rubber meets the road in a multi-threading. And this is also where a lot of salespeople fumble the ball. First thing first, you need a centralized place to manage these relationships. This is where digital sales room come in handy. At Foster, we have seen these vital spaces work wonders for keeping everyone on the same page. Imagine a single hub where all your stakeholders can access relevant content, ask questions, collaborate on the deal. It's like having 24/7 war room for your sale. But here's the kicker. You can't treat all stakeholders the same way. CFO's concerns are going to be vastly different from the end users. So you need to tailor your approach for each stakeholder. This is where your earlier mapping comes in handy. For the CFO, you might focus on ROI and cost savings. For end user, it could be about the solution, how it will make their life easy. And for the VP of operations, they want to know how you're going to minimize disruption during implementation. Now, I know you're thinking, but I can't be everywhere at once. And you're right. That's why empowering your champion is crucial. Your champion is the inside person, your Obi-Wan in the vast galaxy of prospects organization. Is a pro tip. Get a set of targeted assets for your champion to share internally. We're talking about one pages, short demo videos, ROI calculators, anything that can help them make case when you're not in the room. And make sure these are accessible, easily accessible in your digital sales room. But remember, your champion is not your employee. They have their own job too. So make it as easy as possible for them to advocate for you. Provide them with clear, concise talking points for each stakeholder. Let them anticipate and address potential objections. And here is something that's often overlooked. Coach your champion on the art of internal consensus building. The more effective they are internally, the smoother your deal will progress. By engaging multiple stakeholders effectively, you're not just increasing your chances of closing the deal, you're also setting the stage for a smoother implementation and a stronger long term relationship. And in this B2B world, that's the holy grail. Now, let's talk about supercharging your multi threading strategy with some cutting edge tech. Then let's face it, in today's digital first world, if you're not leveraging technology in your sales process, you are bringing a knife to a gunfight. One of the game changers in multi-threading is buyer intent analytics. Think of it like your sales crystal ball. At Faster, we have seen this work wonders. Our buyer intent analytics tracks how each stakeholder interacts with your content in the digital sales room. Which documents are they reading? Are they spending time on? What topics seem to pique their interest? The intel is gold, folks. For instance, if you notice IT director has been poring over your security documentation, guess what? It's time to schedule a deep dive on your data protection measures. Whereas CFO keeps coming back to your pricing page, it might be time to have a frank discussion about budget. But here's where it gets really interesting. You can use this data to prioritize your outreach. If one stakeholder is showing high engagement while other has gone radio silent, you know where to focus your energy on. Another tech tool that's revolutionizing multi-threading is the mutual action plan, also called MAP. This is essentially a collaborative roadmap to your deal. It lays out all the steps needed to get from interested to signed, with clear owners and deadlines for each task. The beauty of MAP is that it keeps everyone aligned both on your side as well as the prospect side. No more, I thought you were handling that moment. No more deals stalling because of unclear next steps. And the best part, it creates sense of momentum and shared ownership that can be crucial in complex deals. By leveraging these technologies, you're not just working harder, you're working smarter. You're making every interaction count and you're staying one step ahead in this complex dance of B2B sales. All right, superstars, let's bring it home. We have covered a lot of ground today, so let's do a quick recap. Multi-threading is no longer optional in B2B sales. It's essential. Start by mapping out all the potential stakeholders, not just the obvious ones. Tailor your approach for each stakeholder and empower your champion to advocate for you. Leverage technology like digital sales room, buyer intent analytics, mutual action plans to supercharge your multi-threading effort. Remember, in today's complex B2B landscape, the lone wolf approach to sales is as outdated as a flip phone. Time to start weaving those relationship webs and watch your close rates soar. Here's some homework. Take one of your current deals and map out all the potential stakeholders. I mean, everyone from CEO to the end user, and think about how you can engage each one effectively. Trust me, this experience alone could be the key to unlocking the deals you thought they were stalled. And hey, if you want to learn more about how Faster can help you master the art of multi-threading, head over to our website, FasterHQ.com. We have got treasure trove of resources waiting for you. Thanks for tuning in to Accelerate. In our next episode, we'll be diving into other game-changing strategies, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. Until then, keep accelerating those deals. Thank you.